It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Rhonda.
What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda, and I'm about to talk about. What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Just over here to give you a little dose of my opinion of what's going on out here on these internet streets. Y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel. And let's talk about Janet. Janet, why? This is a perfect example of why you don't let your celebrities influence your politics and the decisions you make when it comes to that. Because I do stupid shit like this. Janet was born in 1966. She's seen a lot of things in terms of protests, and you know what I'm saying? Like being born in the late 60s and a child of the 70s, I can relate to. So the things that we saw was definitely a whole lot of revolution. You know what I'm saying? Don't even really think I thought of seeing Black faces, in the presidency. So you talk about R.V. Wade and things of that nature that happened in the 70s only to be overturned. She just, I feel like, is acting clueless, and she's not. And I'm not sure what that shit's all about. Jenny wanted to play Dorothy Dandridge, and please believe, I feel like she did. I don't remember seeing it, but I know that was an ongoing conversation. She didn't do it without research and understanding and knowing the things that Dorothy Dandridge went through as a Black actress, in the late 60s. She's not clueless. And I'm sure traveling with her family, like being required to go through the back door of venues because you're Black, and not being able to be in some spaces. Now she is a little bit too young probably to remember some of those things, but the conversations were still being had. And I mean, depending on where you were, I guess you're still experiencing it. I was navigating my way through Flint, Michigan. So it was a lot going on. A lot came to Flint. We got exposed to a lot of things, especially being that the automotive industry was, all up and through Detroit and Flint. But she's just not clueless. And so that's very much irritating. And then the roles that she's known for, we've seen her be Penny, and how bringing that conversation of abuse to the forefront, especially knowing like how Joe was over there being all willy-nilly with the children, being his corporal punishment, things that he was executing on the kids that he wanted to be entertaining and things. That's a whole nother story. And I feel like that's why we're so attached to the things that she says. But Janet was like a champion of women's equality. Like when she really got her sweet spot, honey, she is Rhythm Nation. How you gonna be Rhythm Nation and ignorant? And I guess if I believe that's what it was, I would be like, she's just dumb. That's not what it is. Let's just, what is Rhythm Nation? With music by our side to break the color lines. Let's work together to improve our way of life. Join voices in protest to social injustice. A generation full of courage. Come forth with me. People of the world today unite. We are looking for a better way of life. We're part of a Rhythm Nation. Strength in numbers, we can get it right. See, that's what I'm talking about. Who wrote that? Did she write it or not? Because, I mean, seems like this person that wrote this song is very clear on, what's going on. Now, she live in London, but I mean, I'm thinking she got an internet. She be's on YouTube. She be's on Twitter. You don't need to watch the news, Janet. Try again. This is a test. No struggle, no progress. What do you know about that? Do you know about struggle? I'm not saying she don't. She went and did a documentary and took us back to that little house in Indiana where all the kids, and she talked really soft, and, things are getting worse. We have to make it better. It's time to give a damn. It's time to give a damn. You almost 60 years old. And if you don't give a damn, that's very much disheartening. I wish and I hope, because DL was over there, letting her have a 1 and a 2, and people was out here being very upset with DL for delivering the things that he said the way he did. And I mean, it's DL. And so, he gonna say what he gonna say. He's always been kind of a lot and somewhat obnoxious. So the way she caught one, but hopefully it affected her. I feel like in that moment she needed one, however he had to say it, which was probably very much different than we all had to say. But everybody say something, because you can't be sitting up here being this deliberate. When you look at the Got to It's Gone video, it's very, very deliberate. She's always been very much clear on the audience that she was trying to market herself to. And when she would have decided to flop her titty out at the Super Bowl, and then none of us got mad at her really, but she had to deal with that whole situation and being blackballed in the whole night. So she's not dumb. She's intentional. I don't know who this publication was over here asking her, what does she think about having a Black, woman being a possible next president? The Jacksons have been, racially melding together different, ethnicities from a very long time, all of them, including her. So somebody's like, whether they're Black, questioning Blackness, she said they discovered that her father was white. And I'm like, well, her father was not up for discovering. Discovering is what anthropologists do when they be digging up bones and things to find dinosaurs and stuff. Her father was right there, a Jamaican man, a Black Jamaican man. He wasn't discovered. What we need to discover is the actual father of Michael Jackson's children, because we know he probably ain't really lending no DNA to those young people over there. That's things that need to be discovered. And at the end of the day, who in the hell gives a damn, really? Because you was talking about social injustices and things of that nature. Who wrote that song? Did you write that? The hell? Janet came out talking about she wants to be the one in control, but it seems like she really likes like relinquishing control over the same types of people that she wanted to be from under control of. And she grew up Jehovah's Witness. So I don't know nothing about that, so I'm not even going to begin to try to explain, what the rules and regulations over there. But I do know I'm probably absolutely positive they come with a book of rules and regulations. I don't know what they are. I know she's in London. Now she's in London because her baby daddy is in London. Okay. So I find this article. Who is it? Ampscamp.com. Child, I'll source it. But I was just like, who is her husband, though? Since you're so worried about like the ethnicity of this lady, Kamala Harris, what is the ethnicity of your child? He's not Black. He's biracial, just like her. It's not that confusing. And it really has nothing to do with anything. I wish that's what you would have said. It'd be cool. I live in London. I won't be voting. I don't know what you could have said, not what you said. And, hopefully, like I said, if everybody maybe not in the same delivery as Dia, but hopefully if she like hears what the people have to say, you have a very huge burden being the icon that you still want to be out here on tour trying to sell tickets at your Vegas show, which no doubt she will. So this is the headline of this article. Meet Janet Jackson's ex, billionaire Wissam AI Al Mana. I'm doing my best. The icon just revealed that she loves every single minute of parenting her son, Issa Al-Mana. Y'all gonna be tired of me trying to say that name. But how does her baby daddy feel? That's what it says. Story by Sani Shakar. So she said that. I didn't say that. This lady, Ashani Sakar, said it. I just found this interesting because I'm like, it seems as though that Janet has now given control over to another man that she married. Jackson, who is currently on her Together Again tour, her most successful concert tour to date, damn, co-parents her son with her ex in London, but they reportedly split just months after she gave birth. So they haven't been together since she had this baby. Okay. The former couple had a rocky relationship. Janet's brother Randy alleges that she was in an situation, and then there was the time she called the cops on him. I mean, she's Janet Jackson. That doesn't make her exempt from the things, the toxic shit that people go through in relationships. But I feel like he comes from a culture where women have very little power. So that's not surprising. And then here you are over here running your mouth about social injustices and things. So, I mean, I guess he maybe was exerting control. And you matrimonied yourself to him. I don't know the rules of matrimony when you start, mixing cultures and things like that. But hey, she started changing the way she was appearing to us on tour, very much in all of her clothes and then some. And I ain't saying she had to be naked. I'm just saying she was a little different. But this has been her most successful concert tour to date, the one that she's doing now. That's pretty amazing. The diva also spoke to the BBC while backstage at Barclays Center in Brooklyn recently, revealing how fulfilled she feels as a mother and saying the most beautiful thing, I love every single minute of it. Well, he's 7. I'm just saying. And I mean, then again, it's this thing where these people be trying to paint these perfect pictures. Like you get a bunch of moms sitting around with a bunch of 7-year-olds, they're gonna be like, oh Lord Jesus, he be wild and he don't sit down nowhere. Like the conversation is different. Mostly doesn't be like, oh my God, it's the most beautiful experience. I mean, it is. I'm just saying the pictures that they paint with all this bullshit perfectness. Janet, 58, is a single mother to 7-year-old Issa. That's it, Issa, who she co-parents with her ex-husband Wissam in London, per People. People said that. Well, she's sourcing a lot of stuff too. But just who is Almana, who reportedly split from Jackson's 4 months after she gave birth? Here's everything we know about the Qatari mogul. He's a billionaire. According to his website, 49-year-old Almana is a board member and co-managing director of Qatari conglomerate, holy moly, Almana Group, which operates 55 companies across 8 countries. The group has interests in autos, fashion, property, entertainment, luxury brands, and more. Hooch! Wow. Janet, what did you get yourself into? He sounds very powerful. Just saying. Powerful man. His net worth is reportedly US 1 billion per the richest, and he is said to be one of the wealthiest investors in the Middle East. He also owns Lazink, a London-based art gallery, according to Business of Fashion. Well, he's doing a lot of business in London, child. Jackson and Almana reportedly started dating in 2010, got married in 2012, and went through a messy divorce in 2017. During this time, Janet's brother Randy alleged that she was in a situation where there was verbal abuse and being made to feel like a prisoner in her own home, per USA Today. Other sources also reportedly claim that Almana was a controlling husband. I don't know. I think the idea of being married to billionaire of any background seems very kind of scary. Hey, Puffy. No, I'm not saying that Puffy was this kind of powerful. I'm just saying that powerful men and with a lot of money seem to find, themselves in positions of power and force that may or may not be perceived as abuse. Anyway, Almana's response, per the magnate's lawyer, Mr. Almana is not going to dignify these particular and deeply hurtful allegations with a response, people reported. I mean, what else is he gonna say? You gotta say that. Things got even worse between Jackson and Almana when the police got involved in June 2018. Issa's nanny was reportedly watching over the baby while he was with his father in a hotel room. Jackson then called the police to check on the welfare of her son. Now, how is she co-parenting? See, that's what I'm saying. She in London co-parenting with her husband, ex-husband. But you got the police called. The reason behind the call are muddy. Entertainment Tonight, wow. Entertainment Tonight reported that according to Randy Jackson, Issa's nanny was frightened by Amana's aggressive behavior. TMZ meanwhile stated that Jackson told the police she was concerned about Amana potentially using drugs around her son. What? But Entertainment Tonight also quoted another source claiming that the to-do was merely over, not the to-do, was merely over Almana's declining to give Issa's nanny the hotel password? Wow, Wi-Fi password? That seems a lie. You wouldn't give the nanny the password, so they called the police. Regardless of his relationship with his ex-wife, though, Almana seems to be a doting father to their son. He wrote on his website, "To my beloved son, Issa, you are a blessing and a joy. I will always love and unconditionally protect you and guide you through life." I'm not laughing, I'm just saying. So he's an internet daddy? That makes him a good guy because he posted some shit on his website? The people said the cops were called. And you got the nanny kind of query about working over there. Y'all worried about Janet talking about the Lady Black. She got all this going on. She might have had not been paying attention. Child. Is she about to go to Vegas? So she's going to be doing a residency in Vegas. And Almana is over here being, unreasonable in London. In addition to his businesses, Almana puts his fortune into philanthropic causes too. According to his website, his own website, we're sourcing him as this is child. According to his website, he supports UNICEF Women's Choice Now, which uses film to advance women's rights. Well, corporations have to donate to things. That's just a good look, Almana. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Helping Foundation, which supports Palestine children, Reach Out to Asia, which brings education to people in Asia and around the world affected by crisis, and Little Village, which offers support to London families with young children living in poverty through baby banks. See, this is what I'm talking about. Janet seems to be very exposed to things. She not over here talking about her, the lady's daddy was discovered white. Shut up. That's not true. I just don't believe it. I believe Almana got her over here in a tizzy. While Almana was still married to Jackson, he was embroiled in a controversy for allegedly firing a female, Almana's interiors employee, who reported that she was R-word by a colleague while on a business trip to Dubai, per business standard. Here we go. She was prosecuted for perjury, drinking alcohol, and having extramarital sex. Of course she was. She's to blame for the whole thing. I'm just now reading this child for the first time. So I read a little bit of it now, so I'm getting the story the same time you're getting it, and I'm just blown away at this point. Anyway. She better get somebody besides Randy around. Randy's older than her. I'm just saying. I don't know that he's the one that should be protecting her. Oh, who could she get? I don't know, child. AK, Mac team, just saying. The woman, Marty Deborah DeLaube, claimed that within weeks of reporting the crime, she was sacked on grounds of misconduct and breach of employment duties. However, a company spokesperson denies her claims, insisting that they had been forced to let her go when she declined to have positive, constructive discussions about her employment status, and that the decision was unrelated to her allegations. I mean, it sounds like messy corporate shit. People with a lot of money. Who is Janet Jackson's brother, Randy Jackson, and what does he have to do with the singer's controversial comments about Kamala Harris? And is he really controlling her career? I don't know, child. Fans are concerned about Janet Jackson after the singer questioned Kamala Harris's racial identity in a recent interview, and some are pointing the finger at her brother Randy. Now, I don't know why, because Randy was not responsible for what came out of her mouth. If they should be concerned, though, that's for damn sure. Fans are concerned about Janet Jackson after the singer made some controversial comments about the U.S. presidential candidate Kamala Harris' background last week. In an interview with The Guardian, published on September 21st, Jackson was asked about Harris and how America could be on the verge of voting for its first Black female president. Well, you know what they supposedly said, she shared. She's not Black. That's what I heard. She's Indian. Jackson added, her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told that they discovered her father was white. Harris's father is a Jamaican economist while her mother is Indian, the newspaper clarified. I mean, based on what they're saying she is dealing with over there with her baby daddy, they call him Popo and things. I don't think that any of this has any type of relevancy because honestly, she's not even probably beginning to vote over here. I don't know what she does. I hope she don't. If she's that out of touch, girl, according to US media, it has caused a PR nightmare for Jackson. Well, I mean, I said why I feel like it's caused a nightmare and why we're feeling away. Her Trump supporting brother, Randy, may be behind the comments. If Randy is a Trump supporter, I don't feel like that's any type of new information. And I've seen pictures of Donald Trump with Michael Jackson because that's what he used to do back in the day, try to get a photo up with somebody famous while he was on the other side trying to deny people, access to living in his buildings. Kind of like what he's doing now. Randy's sabotaging her legacy because he's not savvy. She's just giving Randy control and no one understands how she's managing her, how he's managing her. Maybe because it's her brother that she's been very close to for a very long time. And she feels safe because she probably can't trust the people that she's been around. A child. I don't know. I feel like Janet, whoo, child. Y'all be out here looking for billionaires and things. She's giving Randy control, and no one understands how he's managing her when he's never had a career. Damn. I mean, I feel like he was definitely, I think that's not fair to Randy. He's definitely had a career, and he was part of like a very, iconic moving machine. I'm not going to discredit him like that. She's paying for everything, a source told Page Six. Well, he might not have no money, but I'm not going to say he never had a career, though. You can say that about, I mean, honestly, just Jermaine and Michael and Janet, really, And then, and allegedly, LaToya was in the same type of situation. We don't know what Rebe was over there doing, but Janet's bubble is small and she listens to Randy. She does peddle in conspiracy theories, they added. Well, I mean, a lot of people peddle in conspiracy theories. Here's what we know about him. Randy Jackson wasn't an original member of the Jackson Five. That's not news. I don't want to go on to care about, what they have to say about Randy, actually. I feel like I understand why she want to have her brother around. I feel like to say he didn't have a career is not true. No, he wasn't a part of the original, but he was part of the television, the variety show and things. And so, he knows something about show business, I feel like, don't discount him that much. She's over here in a situation, honey, that feels like, whew, that baby is only 7 years old, child. And she's over here pretending like she's having a co-parenting situation with this very powerful man. And she's about to do a tour, a residency in Vegas. I just want to know how they're going to handle that. Maybe we won't know because, unless she can stay out the blogs and things. But we paying attention now, Janet. Because she was over there being dizzy. And I feel like that's bullshit. We'll see, y'all. Would y'all go see Janet in Vegas? I would. I'm not that mad at Janet. I used to have a key in my earring, honey. I'm not, I wish she wouldn't have said that. And I hope, like I said, that at some point she, kind of pays attention, but she might be kind of distracted right now. I'm just saying. Seems like she's got bigger fish to fry. Especially if she's not like registered here. It just doesn't. Anyway, I've gone on enough about Janet. What's next? How much do y'all think bridesmaids should be spending for somebody's wedding? Just curious. So I saw this story and I was like, how much like are you supposed to feel comfortable with being part of somebody's wedding? I feel like, this is just me. I don't, how I feel. Y'all know how I feel about matrimony, honey. This is y'all's thing. But if you ask me to be in your wedding, I feel like once you say yes to one of these girls that's, having a wedding, how invested are you? Like if you ask me to be in your wedding and I say, girl, I can't afford it, are you gonna be feeling some type of way? Because we're cool and everything, but things you got on your list of things to do don't really fit in my budget. You know what I'm saying? So this bride apparently was upset that 7 of her bridesmaids, see, that's already a lot. 7 bridesmaids skipped Disney World bachelorette party. So a recent bride was taken aback when her bridal party declined to join her at the most magical place on earth. In a Reddit post on the Our Wedding Shaming subreddit user Antique Sympathy 1999 shared a screenshot from a wedding planning Facebook group focused on budget-friendly options. In the post, the bride sought advice about her planned bachelorette trip to Disney World. She mentioned that she had informed her bridal party about the cost, yet none of them were able to attend. I feel super disappointed because this is one time I'm getting married and doing this. I understand the state of the world we are in financially, but it feels like none of them pulled through to support me with this. Am I wrong for feeling upset, she asked. Fellow Redditors chimed in, with many expressing that the bride was asking too much of her bridesmaids in terms of time and money. I got questions. Does she live in Florida? Or do they have to travel to Florida? You know what I'm saying? And the second thing is, if you don't live, like, even if they live in Florida and they got to travel to Orlando, like, unless you plan on doing Disney and then driving all the way back to wherever you live, that's not likely. So you talk a hotel fare, possibly. How much else? The tickets is, I wrote it down. The tickets is $154. That's if you want to go from park to park. If you don't want to go from park to park, then it's like $120, depending on which park you want to go to. Parking is $30 unless you have some type of, you stay in the resort, then they validate your parking. But honey, if you stay in the resort, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars that we're talking now because you at Disney. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be at least a G. Unless you're staying somewhere, in some place raggedy. So now you're talking $1,000, let's just say, for a hotel stay. $150 for the tickets. And what else? Now, I don't know how much you're spending on these dresses. That depends on the bride. Then you got to get shoes. Then you got to get your hair done. And you got to get your nails done. That right there is damn near $200. So what is the limit? You know, you saying Disney World, but I feel like there's a lot of other like cost attached to that, young lady. And if that's what you want to do, then you better get in your wedding budget to like pay for this event for your bridesmaids. Now, if you inviting them to a fun-free weekend to celebrate your bachelorette, girl, do the damn thing. That's the only way I would feel comfortable. But then that's when you don't have 7 bridesmaids. That's when you have 3 bridesmaids. And it still look pretty. And you could do things like this, like go to Disney. They was all like, no. And if they live in Florida, girl, they been to Disney. So what do y'all think? Is that too much? I feel like that's a lot. Anyway, what else? Y'all remember Kate plus 8? This lady made famous that ugly ass hairdo. Anyway, the kids are grown now, and some of them have a story to tell. This young Colin definitely has something to say about his mama. I was over here at the Jasmine brand, y'all. That's where I was getting my little tidbits of information from today. So anyway, TV mom Kate Gosselin reportedly has no remorse for the alleged way she treated her now estranged son, Colin. According to In Touch, a source close to the family said TLC star will not apologize for her actions, despite her son claiming she was physically abusive to him as a child. Tension between Kate Gosselin, 49, and her 20-year-old estranged son, Colin, were re-sparked after the later detailed an alleged abuse he faced under his mother's care. Child. They need a special. They need a Where Are They Now special, child. Anyway, in an interview published earlier this month, Colin claimed that his mom would often tie up his hands and feet and leave him locked in the basement for days at a time, all before he turned 10 years old. He stated, "It was a very, very emotionally abusive relationship. When my mother would put me in that room multiple times, she had zip tied my hands and feet together and bolt locked the door, turning the lights off, and had cameras there just watching me," he added. "Oftentimes, she kept me locked in there for most of all of the day, for multiple days." I never did like that lady. She had them kids lining up and things. Lawyers for Kate Gosselin, who got her rise to fame thanks to her family reality show, John and Kate plus 8, has since denied the claims, writing in response to Colin's interview, "The facts that belie the truth. Whatever took place, the ones that are truthful are the ones that took place. She has no comment because it's not going to change the past, and I don't believe she intentionally harmed any of her children in any way, shape, or form." Who said that? Oh, her lawyer said that. I was like, dude, they said she denied it. Well, we don't want to hear what your lawyer had to say. I don't know what the hell that explains why it don't make sense. Because lawyers be trying to say things in a way that sounds confusing. The facts belie the truth. Whatever took place, the ones that are truthful are the ones that took place. What? How you know what took place? The lawyer furthered that if Kate was truly suspected of abusing her children, they would surely not have remained in the same home, given her public celebrity status through the show, continuing. Authorities would have taken the time and removed him from the family and put him in special services and would have probably had Kate charged with abuse. Listen, what would they go into special services for, though? Why wouldn't they just go to their father's house? Child. Can we get a catch up? That's probably rude. That's just me being nosy. I just want to know, like, okay, so what's going on? Where's John? I know John got married to somebody else, and at some point he was trying to get all them kids over there with him, but she was being a hateful woman. How you zip locked your children? And then talking about, they don't always tell. What are you talking about? How would the authorities have known? He said before he was 10 years old, he was probably scared to death. Did you see what that lady looked like? Oh, child. What else, child? So Brittney Renner can't pay her bills. And I didn't hear her ask anybody for any money, but she made a whole video on her Instagram page about, you know, how she's changing her lifestyle and it's costing her money. Yeah. So First of all, Brittney came on Shannon Sharp, giggling. This was just 11 months ago, ain't even been a year ago. She went on Shannon Sharp, but she wanted us all to know how she smashed 35 different individuals. And Shannon broke it on down. They broke it on down for us.
Me, as I sit here and talk to you, that you are someone that's very passionate about finding love. And I think the thing is that that person knows who you are. They know some of the things that you've done. So that person that wants to be with Brittney Renner, they're gonna know what she's done and be okay with that. Yeah. Do you think it's hard for that? Is it hard for an athlete? Because athletes are very prideful, and they and don't take this the wrong way, but they kind of like, that's mine. And to know that that package has been unwrapped by somebody else on multiple occasions, it doesn't sit well with. I'm gonna keep it one. You say keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
But then you have to go back to when there was the Derek Jeter diamond. That's what my track record's like. But Derek Jeter gets a segment on ESPN where they have his dating history in the. Let me finish though.
No, I ain't saying nothing.
You were thinking it. You were thinking it.
I'll get some water because I'm sweating here.
Because my dating pool is, I mean, my God, impressive, expansive. I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay.
Whew. Oh Lord.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
anybody else need a shot of this?
If I'm judged for having great taste.
We are in a bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour. Woo.
If I'm judged for having great taste, although someone like Derek Jeter, for example, who had his dating diamond.
Why would you feel a need that you can be honest to yourself? I know how many men I slept with. That ain't for everybody else. But why did you feel why did you feel that needs to be for public consumption? That's I mean, the crux of this. That's what you mind if I sit to the edge of my seat?
You don't gotta ask for permission. This is your
Why would you feel the need to share that information with the public? Some things are left best unsaid.
That's what I hear. Probably the same reason that I wrote a book, because I felt called to share. There are some things that maybe moving forward I would keep to myself, but I mean, I just told you I had sex with 35 guys. That's an updated number for people who have been following the number for years now. So,
it said you slept with 24 men, 11 athletes, 5 entertainers, 8 regular guys. Now you up to 35.
I keep a list on my phone. Why is that a lot? What was a whistle?
No, I'm just
a whistle.
No. I mean, you said athletes don't use condom.
But so 10 guys was that?
So you
9 guys
24.
in?
No, 11. You
11 guys in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is there a number you trying to get half a hundred? I mean, what you going for?
How are you gonna ask me if I'm trying to get half 100 when I've been sitting here talking to you for almost 2 goddamn hours? You don't got no idea who I am.
So 36. So 36, and that's it. Or are you looking to go back? Would you be willing to go back and get one of those 36 and make it 35?
Don't add a body. Hey, don't add a body.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to add a buddy.
So 36 will.
Don't worry about.
Listen. 30,
don't worry about it.
36,
unless you're worried about it.
Would any of those guys that you previously have slept with, would you be willing to? Would you husband them?
I've given some second chances, and it just reiterates why I don't give second chances. I don't think that I don't believe that I have met my guy.
You don't believe you met him?
I thought I did. A couple times, maybe.
Are you willing to date outside your race?
I can't do pink meat, child. That shit scarred me. This is gonna sound kind of fucked up, but I just don't see myself respecting anyone that's not black.
Why?
The man who's supposed to lead me is black. I know that.
Leading is the easy part. Following is what's hard.
The man that is meant to cherish me and love me and be there for me and that was designed for me energetically at this moment, again, it could change, could never say never, black.
I mean, and now she's changing her tune, I guess. Or, you know, it's concerning, sometimes when you have these young ladies that are out here like living in their truth, so to speak. I'm not even judging her for her bodies and none of that. Like, your business is your business. I'm just saying, you was out here giggling and telling it all and making a brand for yourself as this one particular thing, right? You went on Basketball Wives. That sounds like a check, girl. You're college educated. And it seems like you weren't planning, for this change that you were making in your life. I guess based on the fact that your change is a religious one, you don't have time to ration things out. You just have to be like, I'm this and I've changed to that. And I don't know what inspired her, to make this change. Whatever it was, she has decided that she's no longer this. And she is now this.
Allahu Akbar. I've gone through a lot of changes internally. And as a result, my outer world has completely crumbled. I'm sorry. I don't know. Whoa! Wow. Leaving me incredibly uncertain in just about every area in my life. I have no idea where I'm going to live or how I'm going to provide for my son. But Allah has moved mountains for me, and I trust that this will be no different. I feel like Alice when she ate the cookie and her feet went through the windows and she's crammed in the house like that. I've outgrown where I am. The facade is fading, alhamdulillah. And I'm at a place where I don't want anything that doesn't have my name on it. Take it away. It serves no purpose here. And I don't want a penny more than I'm meant to have, because I can do a lot with a little. The facade is fading. And when the facade fades and all the BS is cleared out, it makes room for what has always been for you.
But I'm talking about paying these bills. Like, I feel like if you have some type of revelation in your life and it's telling you that you needed to go in a different direction, by all means do that. But you're somebody's mother. So you better figure out how to get them bills paid. You might have to downsize. Like, I don't know what lifestyle you was living before. Says here that you're a Fashion Nova ambassador. I'll be hearing so much about Fashion Nova like that, like in the beginning. I'm guessing the girls are still out here getting Fashion Nova. They got some cute stuff. I'm guessing you're having some challenges with that whole child support situation. Can't always depend on that. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Somebody might need to go to court or something. I don't know. I don't know how you're doing things over there with that, but somebody might need to go to court or something and get some child support handled, because you have a child. So you can't be out here talking about, my lifestyle has changed and now I have to can't pay my bills. You got a book, Judge This Cover. It's $10.99 on Kindle and it's $16.90 on paperback. I don't know what it's about, but probably about how you were, sharing the cookie. You went on a tour talking about it. You talked to Shannon. You talked to Cam Newton. All the grimy niggas over here on the internet. Ooh, Mama Shell. Mama Shell. This nigga. And to be honest, at some point you implied to Shannon Sharp that if he wasn't that he can't be asking about the cookie unless he asking about the cookie. Sounds like some type of negotiation. That's all I'm saying. Shoot. I feel like, honestly, the direction you're going in, there's a market for that. It's not, and if Fashion Nova supplies, if you're still getting that type of if you're still getting your clothes from Fashion Nova and you're posting it, you have, how many followers you got? 4.6 million followers. I would say a lot of them are probably going to leave, and a lot of them probably are niggas and some will follow. Like you gonna have to, if you're rebranding, girl, you rebranding, and you're gonna have to take them licks that goes along with rebranding and figure out how you're gonna pay your bills. It's just weird that you're saying it here. What did you think was gonna happen? All the people that came over here, out of those 4.6 millions, like I said, half of them are probably men. And the other half is probably, you know, Insta girls that want to go ahead and get their own ambassadorship over to Fashion Nova or what have you. So, you know, you're going to have to rebrand yourself. There's definitely a market for these, you know, women who walk around more covered. It's still a lot of fashion in it. And then what I'm looking at is actually, you know, kind of cute, girl. So you have to work. Get a job, Brittney. Girl, I guess I didn't hear her ask for anything, and she seems quite happy for somebody who has no idea where she gonna lay her head or how she gonna provide for her son. I feel like, you know, girl, you got nothing but opportunities and options. Maybe not opportunities, but I feel like you got some opportunities. Like your car looked nice. Seemed like you got a nice whip. I mean, if she's serious, she's serious. I'm not judging either lifestyle. It seems extreme. I will say that. It seems extreme, from one extreme to another extreme, child. So that's sometimes concerning when people go from one extreme to another. You went from listing bodies on the Shannon Sharp show down to being this very much conservative individual on a religious spiritual journey. So yeah, girl, best of luck to you. Try GoFundMe. Sometimes that works. And good luck to you, girl. Child, you done rebranded yourself. Like I said, there's a market for what you're doing. It may not be moving as quickly as these other things. You're gonna have to figure out you when you rebrand, child. So, like I said, good luck. I don't believe there's no opportunities out there for you. I think there definitely are some. You definitely have an advantage and a college education. Now, it's hard out here in these streets, but Brittney, girl, I feel like you got a leg up. So I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Your whip look real nice, like I said. So maybe you need to like get yourself a little Honda, Toyota, something. You know, starting from scratch. It's just a car. I don't know where you're living, but I have an idea is probably pimp. So maybe you know, don't be out here in these streets talking about you don't know how you're going to provide for your son. You do. So there's that. Anyway, y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and we come talk about some other things when we come back to talk about some things. Bye, y'all.